Because of Jesus, I've got joy overflowing, unlimited favor, peace like a river in my soul. I've got joy overflowing, unlimited favor. Hi guys, how you all doing? And welcome back again to my channel. If you're new here, this is Find My Way. You're in the right place. Don't go anywhere. And my name is Becky. Today, see, I'm just in very high spirits. But the story I'm about to tell you guys is not a high-spirited story at all. But in fact, just keep on watching. The story I want to tell you people today is about a maid that I employed way back. This is about maybe 7 years ago or so, and my experience with the maid. How did it start? Okay, I think I just had my second baby then, and of course I was about to go back to work, and I needed somebody urgently to stay at home. So my mom was going to come with somebody. Meanwhile, my sister was staying with me, and she had to go back to work. So my mom was supposed to come and replace her. And in coming, she needed to bring somebody along with her. So she came. Then my sister went back. But the first thing I noticed with this girl, when she came, she was very quiet, quite mature girl. It's like she knew what to do. So you really didn't need to like push her to do anything like cleaning or the rest of it. But one thing I really noticed was she just loved to wear black. It was just off with me. I was like, can't you wear something else? Are all your clothes black? She said no, not all her clothes are black. But the first day she wore all black, I didn't mind. The second day again, I was not the only one that noticed this time. My mom too noticed it. She's like, why is this girl wearing all black? Okay, go and change. You can't wear black scarf, black top, black skirt. Day one, black top, black skirt. Day two, black top. Then she asked clothes, oh yeah, go and change. So she changed. I think she changed to something, another color. Before evening, this guy has changed back to black. Second day. Third day again, this girl was in all black. I was like, no, this kind of thing it's becoming too much. Why would you just be putting on black like that? So that one, we were just like managing it. Okay, go and change. She will change, but maybe after 2-3 hours, maybe you've forgotten, she has gone back inside to change back to black again. Funny thing. But that was not all. Then I think about the third day or fourth day or so, random things just started getting missing. Like, very little things like that, but things that this is always where it's being kept, but it just turns up missing. So that one was something else we're kind of grappling with. So the last straw that broke the camel's back was all these things that I kept getting missing. We were just like, what is happening here? How can I just keep something here and then the next thing is getting missing? And then the girl too there was just something off about her. Things that were getting missing was just kind of very, very off, very weird. How many of us were in the house? Just me, my husband, my first daughter and the baby, and then my mom. Those were the only people in the house then. Nobody, who else is coming to the house to take these things? Nobody knows. So like I said, last straw that broke the camel's back, that day we went out as usual, came back in and the rest, and we started looking for the house key to the front door of the house. And then we started looking for this key. Normally there's a key holder that we normally like hang the key, but it was not there because that key housed both the gate key and then the front door key. So we're like, we can't change the gate key because of this bunch. No, we need to see this bunch tonight. So I had to call the guy and say, come, where is this key? You're the only one that opens the doors for people in this house. So where is it? Where is the key? She's like, she doesn't know where it is, so she doesn't know. I said, no, you must provide this key. She started crying. I said, why are you crying because of key? You are the one that opens the doors. Nobody touched key. So where did you keep it? Because I was fed up. You're not going to sleep tonight until you find that key. So all of us started looking for the key. We turned the house upside down. She was now started crying and all that. She was just like moving in slow motion, like somebody. So at night we just got tired of it. My husband said, last, tomorrow morning we'll go and look for a welder to, cut the gate and then install a new lock on the gate. And then at that time we just noticed that when it comes to the evening time, my daughter, she was still just a little bit over a year then. She gets cranky. She just gets cranky. She doesn't want to be carried and everything. And with anything you would try to do to pacify her, she would not just agree to be pacified. She would just get cranky until she finally maybe cries herself to sleep. And it was kind of weird. Even her grandmom, that normally she would just gravitate towards, she was not really gravitating. So that evening she was extra cranky. She was just extra cranky that evening. And so we just said, let's come and pray. Normally in the evening now, we just have our evening prayers before we go to sleep. Key was still missing. So let's have evening prayer now. So as we're having our evening prayer, then my daughter was still very, very cranky. So I was just trying to pacify her. And then her grandmom now called to her, said, "We just come." She refused. So I was just still trying to pacify her. Then this girl just did something very, very weird. She just looked at my daughter. I was looking, we're all in the sitting room. She just looked at my daughter like this. All of a sudden, my daughter just quite quiet, climbed down from my body and just walked and went to climb on top of her. And she held my daughter. I looked at my mom like this. My mom looked at me. As in, that alone, goosebumps just filled my body. What is this? My mom just quickly carried. If you see the way my mom jumped, carried my daughter from her, and then just held her, and then just started praying over her. She didn't even want to come down from the girl's body. She had to like forcefully take her and then cover her and start praying over her. God, this is I'm telling you, is like Phil. I remember it so vividly, like yesterday. I just started praying over her. She was not holding the baby then. I think the baby was sleeping or something. So this happened to my first daughter. So she was just praying over her like that. And then we prayed. We also prayed concerning the key. And then prayer on that night was more, more intense. Because what we just saw, we just prayed that night and said, please, oh God, we need this key. We need to find the key. When we finished praying, I said, no, we have to look for this key. Just funny enough, that chair I was sitting down, I just stood up. I just put my hand, in between where the backrest is and then the seat. I just put my hand like this. I don't know what made me put my hand there. I just put my hand like that. And then all of a sudden, I saw the key. I was like, is this not the key we've been looking for? My mom just said, give me that key. So we gave the key and we just started praying about it. That night was a very weird night. Nothing just seemed right. My daughter kept getting cranky. She finally went to sleep. My mom now came. She said the atmosphere in the house was just off. Totally off. I don't know if maybe if you're spiritual, then probably you can discern when things are not really. And me, I'm not those kind of people that would attribute any form of aura or anything to anybody. But me myself, I knew that there was something off. So my mom now called me and said, no, you're not sleeping. No, we are not sleeping now. We are going to pray. That this thing is not normal. Did I see how she looked at my daughter? My daughter just quietly, and she didn't say a word again. I said, yes. She said, no, there's something wrong, that we need to pray. But I was where my mom was with the baby and my other daughter. Just started praying there. So we prayed and prayed. My mom said she feels this in her spirit that this girl should go. That there's no correlation towards all these things that's happening. That this girl just has a very wrong aura about her, and the house was just so weird that night. So this was around 11 p.m. when she said she just feels that this girl should go. I'd already had it in mind that no, this girl should go. First of all, you tell this girl to change clothes. She's always on black. I said, no, which kind of person is this one? She's not cheerful or anything. She just does what she's supposed to do. She's quiet and all that. But I just felt since she's doing what she's supposed to do, was there. But this whole thing that just started happening with my daughter and all that, I said, no. So I just said, let me go into the room and then tell my husband what we had, what we just agreed, that man, you might have to wake up very early tomorrow, because she came from the north. So you might have to wake up very early to take this girl back to the car park. And the buses leave very, very early in the morning, like 5:30 or so. So just to prepare his mind that 5 o'clock, you should take this girl back. So we said we were not going to tell the girl that she was going to leave. That very, very early in the morning, maybe like 4:30 or so. We just tell her that, oh, no, please, you'll be leaving. So we just, settle her and then let her go. So that's what we just decided. So I went to the room. I just said, look, you have to get up very early to take this girl. We have just decided that no, this house is just, it was like, yeah, that he has decided that. And when I came in, I closed the door. I didn't close, like jam it, but I just closed it. So I was just talking to him. We're just talking like that. And then I heard a knock on the door. I'm getting to the juicy part. So I just said, who is knocking? I said, who is it? I just said, who is it? So I didn't really hear anybody's sound. So I heard the knock again, and then I was like, who is it? So I just got off. I just got off the bed and opened the door. When I opened the door, I saw this girl. I said, what are you doing here? Are you not supposed to be in your room sleeping? She said she thought, if I'm recording this story, I'm having goosebumps. I said, what are you doing here? Are you not supposed to be sleeping? She said she thought I called her. I said, no, I didn't call you. Please go back to your room. So she just turned and she went back to her room. I told my husband, I said, imagine, see this girl. I said, see this girl. She just knocked and said whether I called her. My husband said, who? I said, it's not this girl that just came to the room just now, that she just knocked and said, I was asking her that what is she doing here? My husband said, who? He only saw me talking, like he didn't see anybody I was talking to. My head just grew like this. my head just grew like this. I was like, wait, I said, how can you say you didn't see this girl that she knocked and I opened the door and she was saying that she thought I called her? I told her, no, I didn't call you. Go back to your room. So he didn't see anybody. That he was even wanting to ask me that, who am I talking to? Hey! My brothers and sisters. Anyway, long story short, we didn't sleep that night now. Just praying. And this time around, my husband joined. So 5 o'clock, we just went up to the room. Woke her up, said, please, just go and bathe. Go and bathe. At least when we opened the door, she was there. I said, okay, please go and bathe. Wear your clothes and pack your things. She was like, oh, why? And that's how she was always. She was always like so calm. Like, to this day, I cannot recollect that girl's face. To this day. Ever since she left, it was like the memory of her left. I don't know her. I can't even recollect what her name was. Maybe if I ask my mom, she might remember. What's my housemaid horror story? I have a lot of tales about housemaids, but man, this one took the cake of it. So I just said, let me share, because I've seen quite a number of these stories. I was like, people have not seen. people have not seen. Let me recount my own. Your own. You guys will say, oh, no, this one is Baba. So if you like this video, please click that like button, jam the like button. And if you're not subscribed, why? Subscribe, because it's free. It doesn't cost anything to subscribe, and we'll see you again in the next one. Until then, please keep staying safe and keep being amazing. Bye.